Hey everyone, welcome back to another MSTR MicroStrategy stock chart planning update video. I will be going over Mara as well and Bitcoin for correlation reasons. But welcome back guys, I haven't done one of these in a while. If you guys know from my previous videos, my life update video, I'm traveling right now. I'm in Florida still and I'm probably going to be out here till sometime January. So, I'm just hanging out, so I'm not posting as much, but when I do head back home, I'll be a lot more active on YouTube and doing some live streams. But as of right now, I'm just chilling, guys. So I'll probably only be posting like once or twice a week. But let's go ahead and get started. As you all know, Bitcoin has finally reached 100K. It came down a little bit ever since, which is causing a lot of these other assets to also come down as well. But the setup is strong, and I'm going to go over that in a little bit, which means everything I say in this video is just my own personal opinion. It is not financial advice, so please keep that in mind. I'm just explaining my opinion and what I see. So just because something makes sense to me does not mean it's going to work out. But just real quick, when it comes to Bitcoin, just using the Binance USDT, there's some magnets a little bit more to the upside. I'm not expecting too much volatility when it comes to like massive swings at the moment. There's just too much pressure on either side, in my opinion. Even on the weekly, the bottom seems near. There's not a whole lot. There's really not a whole lot of like any clear support. Maybe some will start, maybe it'll start creating itself throughout this week. But it is just Monday, so we'll see how the rest of the week goes. But I do believe it's a pretty good time to start loading up. But I'm gonna get into that in a little bit more. We're only up close to 1.5% so far in December. We came down. Word is we're expecting a pretty big, pretty good December, right? Because it was the same month as the Bitcoin halving, and then there's a lot of political positive pressure for Bitcoin, and there's a lot of like what's it called, like cycle bullishness and all that. So we'll see how it goes, right? But we're gonna jump into the chart in just a moment. And then there's word of like Amazon shareholders wanting 5% Bitcoin allocation, and that's making headlines, and pretty good stuff. Like I'm very excited. And then we're also waiting to see what Microsoft is gonna do, because supposedly sometime soon we should hear Microsoft what they're planning to do. But to make sense of MSTR and Mara, I'm gonna go over Bitcoin real quick. And I have not prepared at all. I haven't looked at these charts today. I haven't prepared. So what I intend on doing is I'm gonna update these charts right now, so I can make sense of it together with you guys. Let me put my brightness on I'm outside. I'm just chilling outside, so it's a little bright. Put the brightness up on my computer. Okay, so I haven't looked at these charts whatsoever. I want to make sense of it and update them with you guys. So bear with me, and it's going to be a little bit of a longer video just because I'm going to do all this in front of you guys instead of off camera. And then also, I'm thinking of doing something. I don't know if it's crazy or not, but I'm thinking of doing something with like at least 25% of my Bitcoin position. It sounds crazy. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It seems like a good idea, but I'm gonna share that with you guys in the end to see. I don't know. I'm trying to see if is this something I really want to do, but I'll tell you guys in a little bit. So we all know, Bitcoin was up here, and then actually if I just move that to the side a little bit, this next bullish target area was hit. We briefly hit it, super shallow, so it didn't make sense to consider this a successful hit, really. Instead, we came down, we continued this triangle pattern on a bullish overall pattern, which means obviously we broke out of it to the upside, and we reached that really good value area between the 1.236 and the 1.38. Ever since then, came down, scam wick, but came back up, not breaking past this, and then we're trending down a little bit, but still holding a bullish pattern, because we're still, as of right now, this is a higher low than here. This is just a scam wick. This is the body of the candle, so we have a higher low, true high, like low, true higher low right here, and then we're still technically creating another higher low. So it could be on an overall move, something like this, where it's like top, bottom, top, and then potentially creating a bottom right here, and then maybe that's when we'll see the rally towards the end of the year, going up further from here, because it is respecting this moving average. It's my 120 that I like to use, and then technically we're still respecting this sort of upward support, right, which is also showing support on this resistance, also showing us support. So we could potentially see this continue rallying from here. The only thing that's making me want to stay more patient and kind of sit back and just like chill a little bit instead of jumping in and taking this opportunity aggressively is the RSI. It's not that low to a point where I feel very comfortable with it. So I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna chill, and then this also supports what I'm gonna explain at the end of the video. So just hang out for that. My brightness keeps dropping. Okay, and I have basically full battery. I just want the brightness to stop falling. Oh, one sec, guys. So yeah, we're seeing decent support on this continuation of this uptrend. The question is it overextended or not? Well, it depends. It depends if you want the price to go up above the 1.38 in order to consider this to be a well played out rally. In my opinion, as long as it breaks above the 1, and it broke above the 1.236 minimum requirements were well hit, and then we fell further into this value extension area up here. So it's like, if we come down, the question is, right, how is this going to affect MSTR and MAR, right? Well, as of right now, we're seeing this rally come down. We're still technically in an uptrend. We haven't broken. We're not showing signs of bearishness. So MSTR, same thing, right? Same thing, sort of. Let me do the 1 hour on this one instead. Any pullback, I've said this in previous videos, and I'm gonna keep saying it today. Any pullback in MicroStrategy, I feel, is a gift, and people that are willing to hold on to this for like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a whole month, or like, will probably be very well rewarded, in my opinion. Same thing with MSTR though. The RSI isn't showing crazy oversoldness. We did bottom out here, and we actually never topped out the RSI, even with this big rally right here, which makes me think that MSTR wants to continue this rally, right? And the overall picture of the rally will look more like this, where it's like top, bottom, and we're still trying to form that next top, because technically low, 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 these are all a little bit higher than each other, so we're just getting higher lows each time. So it'll probably look something more like this, where it's like, if you get the body of the candles a little bit, and then you're just go ahead and do that, because it's just the 1 hour, so I'm just going to focus on the body of the candles, and it's just how I do it. And then body of the candles up here, and then technically speaking, like, we just got to see what's going to happen with this little triangle, because if Bitcoin decides to continue its uptrend, if it decides to respect this and it starts moving higher into like the Santa rally or whatever everyone calls it, Santa rally, the rest of the bullishness we have, and then all the FOMO that's going to happen in 2025. And then also, we haven't hanged out in the 100K that long. We like came up into 100K, almost 104, came back down, and then from here we just started sort of trending down. So the question is like, is this just like the test of it, and then we come down, consolidate before we could continue and hold 100K? Like, I don't know, that's where we have to just wait a little bit to find out. But when it comes to like MicroStrategy, it's like, if that's the case, then we can see this tighten and then just start pushing up higher once again. This is also where there's a lot of value right here. We see this like top sort of acting as a support right now, even though we broke through it briefly. And then if you consider just a normal retracement from here to here, it came up, respected, it flirted at 0.5, and then it came down a little bit more. So technically, if we are in a downtrend, this is a healthy rally to continue the downtrend. But we have to see if it's going to break this support and this support, especially this one right here. So that's what I'm focusing on. I'm going to see if it breaks this, depending on what Bitcoin does as well. But this is a great, in my opinion, great buying opportunity, depending on your time horizon. If you're going to hold on to this stock to like January, like sometime in January or whatever, I feel like it depends too, because like, if we rally, if Bitcoin rallies and it causes a lot of these stocks to rally for the rest of this year, because it's only the 9th, so if we see a rally continue, like if it begins and it rallies like crazy towards the end of the year, then January might be a bearish month. We might see a really good consolidation, really good correction in January, which will then set us up for like a really, really good like rest of the year, right? Potentially, you're like, so that's the question, right? Right now, so technically we're down pretty good overall with Bitcoin as well. We're down pretty good, which means great buying opportunity. If we rally really, really good, and potentially make a new high later this month, before New Year's, then I'm looking at some potential. I'm not gonna short, but I'm looking at potentially just hanging out and sitting back, and letting January do its thing on any like short-term positions. Because that's how I see it. That's how I see it. We haven't seen a major. We haven't seen a major correction in Bitcoin, really. Like, we haven't really seen a major correction whatsoever, which means like it's gonna happen sometime. And if it doesn't happen this month, because if we continue to rally, then it's gonna happen in January. Like, I really believe that, unless we continue to consolidate or downtrend a little bit more towards the end of the year, then that's great, and then just continue to accumulate. So regardless, it basically summarizes to any dip right now. Like, right now, perfect buying opportunity, great accumulation, time to accumulate both Bitcoin and MicroStrategy. I'm gonna jump into Mara in a sec. MicroStrategy, and then like, it's just a gift. Like, you're gonna win either way, right? So it's like, it's not the time to wait, because we're already down quite a bit technically, like decent amount. Accumulate now, keep accumulating towards the end of the year if it keeps dropping, and then like awesome rally into early next year and stuff like that. Because it's gonna be continuation of a correction now into New Year's, or we're gonna see a continuation of a rally, and this is just another little healthy dip, and then continuation of a rally towards the end of the year, and then we'll see that major correction, like real reasonable correction sometime in January. So like, that's one of the two things that are gonna happen. I don't think. Whoa, what did I just do? I don't think we're gonna see flat prices into New Year's. I don't think we're going to see flat prices in New Year. I believe we're going to either see a continuation of a bearish correction or a continuation of a rally. Great buying opportunity right now for MicroStrategy and Bitcoin. And if it keeps dipping, keep accumulating, because then you already know what's going to happen. Same with the opposite. If you have positions right now and we see a rally, maybe it'll be a good idea to secure some profits, because that more reasonable correction has to happen sometime soon, right? And like January seems fair. Like Santa rally hype leading into 2025. 2025 is gonna be crazy leading into it, and then that's when profit takers happen, institutions take profit, fresh year, and then dip, kind of like the FOMO, and rally into like the halving event, and then dip after. It's sort of like that. That's how I see it. So we'll see what happens. Regardless, in my opinion, great buying opportunity right now. When it comes to Mara, this is different, right? Because Mara is a whole different thing, man. Like Mara has to be treated differently because it doesn't really follow the price of Bitcoin like MicroStrategy does, or of course a Bitcoin ETF. So this one has a lot much more fact, and it's not that MSTR is a Bitcoin ETF. It's just they're so highly influenced by Bitcoin in such a more like pure way. For some reason, I can't really put my I can't really explain why, but they're just so highly influenced by it, where what Bitcoin does, MicroStrategy will pretty much do. And we kind of saw that with a little bit of a higher low situation happening. So Mara, though, is just a whole different thing. There's so much stuff going on with it that's why it hasn't made a new high from here, because it's different. It's different, right? It's different. So when it comes to the actual price action of Mara, it's holding up quite nicely with Bitcoin coming down, showing some. It's at a really good price, really high price. So So I'm assuming that finally investors and traders are starting to understand a little bit more that, hey, I think Mara, if I'm correct, it's like 40 something. If as long as Bitcoin is trading at least 40,000 something, $40,000, MicroStrategy will be mining in the profit, if I'm correct. So they're like, oh, well, Bitcoin's under 100K again, but it's holding 90s, and they're trading at like a $50,000 plus like margin with Bitcoin or something like that. So it's like there's no reason for the stock to come down a whole lot. But what have we seen ever since the last update video? Really, we've seen a rally, finally broke into this. I deleted the first level area just because we're holding it quite well, and first level confirmation for the rally finally happened. Because it's not like here where we're like, excuse me, we broke up quickly, got rejected, so we couldn't confirm it. We're trading down here nicely, come back up, it rejects, got rejected again, but this time we came back up, and we actually held for quite some time. We got that week in there, which means at this point I deleted it, like I think last time I made a video on it, and now we're holding. The RSI still hasn't bottomed. It topped, hasn't bottomed, so maybe we'll see that happen a little bit right here with this support line is. Yes, so maybe we'll see, because it couldn't hold into this area up here, right? So what we want to see is there's a channel, right? So the channel is like basically where the value area is, which is technically at the 0.5 or the $20, and then whatever the top of the trade is right now. So this is the actual value area, in my opinion, right here, and then right here. So we're gonna trade in this channel if it can hold. So we can see the price come down, find support here, and then go back higher. Or we can see it come down, break below it a little bit, further dropping down the RSI, creating it, creating a little bit of a deeper value in this stock, and then we'll see it correct itself, continuing that channel, using all this like fluctuation as a magnet, and then just continuing the channel at that point. So real quick, like, there's not really a whole lot I gotta say with this, because I'm not like MicroStrategy shows better. MicroStrategy shows better trade opportunity, better discount, even though it still it can still drop down a little bit more. But when it comes to Mara, because of further potential consolidation, further potential, just we can see this sort of like drop down a little bit more, flirting with like potentially hitting 97 once again and all that. It's just, I'm not too confident in Mara. All I'm gonna say with Mara is, even if your time horizon is up to New Year's, like, I feel like this stock deserves a little bit more patience, because we also have this imbalance down here, some strong price action that hasn't really been filled, so it can definitely go lower side lower this as it drops, filling in this area right here. Kind of like when we were up here, we broke up a lot higher. We had this major price action. Like, we can easily drop down to here, but then we also have this gap. It's like it can somewhat act as a magnet, and then we can see prices trade in this around this fluctuation to kind of even things out, and it did. It came down, kind of tricked some people, showing like it's going to create a bottom, and it continued dropping, and it came down all the way to 17.7. So then it rallied up higher. So this stock, just to me, I'm not feeling it too strong right now to like accumulate aggressively or like buy aggressively or anything like that. This stock deserves more patience, in my opinion. I don't think it's a good idea to short, because if it does come down, we're not really sure how far it's going to come down, because Bitcoin can at any moment just rally and go back up to 100, and then that could cause this stock to kind of like show some strength and then come back up to like, so it's not worth shorting. It's worth being patient with. I don't think it's worth buying, at least aggressively. I think it's a good idea to just stay patient with the stock and just keep an eye on it. That's my opinion on it. And then to summarize it, again, MicroStrategy, any dip is a gift. I feel like it's a great time to accumulate, and if we see it continue, just accumulate. Mara, just stay chill. With Mara, just stay chill. MicroStrategy, accumulate, and Bitcoin, Bitcoin accumulate. I feel like MicroStrategy is the best deal right now. Best deal. Good idea to start buying into Bitcoin if anyone is trying to look to start a position. I mean, we're under 100K at this point. Anything under 100K, it's like hope you're taking advantage of it. But here's what I'm thinking of doing. Right now I have 1.139 Bitcoin. I do a weekly update on it. I did a video not too long ago, and I'm going to do another one soon, in a few days, which will be the next video I'm going to make. So what I'm thinking of doing is selling, like potentially selling 25% of my Bitcoin. So if I remove 25% of my Bitcoin, I'll get back probably like, I don't know what 25% of my Bitcoin is. It's probably like $30,000 or whatever. I'm not sure. What? It's like 25 to 30, because I guess. Hold on. Because the whole purpose I want to do this is to. I have my position is currently worth 111,000. So if I sell 25% of that, 25% and move it, because now like we're below 100, and I'm like, I really want to add to Bitcoin, but I don't want to add to Bitcoin itself. And I'm thinking like, okay, if I remove 25%, I'll have basically like 75 to like $80,000 left on Bitcoin, and then that like 25 to 30,000 moving it to like BITU potentially, like maybe like, because I trust it, I like it, and then like putting it into BITU, which is a ×2 leverage, and then leaving it like that. If anything, worst scenario, at least for now, like maybe selling 0.139, so I have one entire Bitcoin left in my actual Bitcoin position. So one whole Bitcoin, and then the 0.139, which at this point will be like $11,000 or whatever, putting that into BITU, and then my core position will actually be two positions. Like I used to do like my core position and then like on a side position, but then now I'm thinking why not? Because I mean, I wouldn't mind having less than one Bitcoin if it means the rest of it's in BITU. I mean, I'm still getting that exposure. So like, it's just something I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of doing it if. I mean, it makes sense to me. I'm gonna think about it. I still have time. It's only 10 o'clock out here in Florida. The market doesn't close till like 4 o'clock. We'll see. That's something I'm thinking of doing. If you guys have any opinions, let me know. But I'm thinking of selling maybe 25% of my Bitcoin and putting it into BITU. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to pay taxes when I sell it, actually, because when I sell 25%, my whole Bitcoin position is in the profit. I will have to pay taxes, but I guess I'm okay with that, because I'm expecting by tax time, by the time I do my taxes, like I'm expecting Bitcoin to be much higher at that time. So like whatever, I'll just sell some of the position and pay my taxes. I think currently I have like, when it comes to Bitcoin itself, because I traded Bitcoin earlier this year and stuff, I think I currently owe like $7,000 to $9,000 in taxes, I believe. Yeah, it's like between $7,000 to $9,000, roughly $8,000 I have to pay currently, and I'm already planning to take that out of the core position to pay it. So I mean, if I sell this, make profit with it, then just, I don't think it matters. I think I'm just being greedy if I try to like fight that too much. I feel like I'm being just greedy. I don't think it should matter. We'll see. I don't even know how much I owe on my other brokerage accounts or anything. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll see. I have time. It's only the 9th. Maybe I will. I'm leaning towards it. It makes sense. Why not? Because I will maximize my gains even further. Like, yeah, I'll have to pay taxes on 25% that I'm gonna sell, but then I'll move. Like, I'll just make profit with BITU with all that, and it'll be a good amount. Because like, if you put like $25,000 into BITU, technically it's acting as 50,000 invested into Bitcoin, because it's at a ×2, and there's no liquidation. And then it's managed by a reliable company as well. It's been around for a while, so it's like, so it makes sense. I mean, why not? Like sell 25% sell $25,000 worth of Bitcoin to basically have it act as 50,000 invested. Like, I mean, at that point, why not just sell half of my Bitcoin, right? Like, actually, wait, yeah, think about that. I'm just talking now. This is gonna be a long video, but if I only have $50,000 in Bitcoin, because I took 50,000 and put it into BITU, then that's technically acting as 150,000 invested. Right now, I only have 80,000 invested in Bitcoin. 80,000 invested. It's gone up. It's worth 111,000. So like, if I sell 50,000, put it in there, technically I'll have like 150,000 overall. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense, right? No, that's not right. I'm gonna think about it. I'll catch you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you made it all the way to right now, wow, I really appreciate it. Just listen to me, just think out loud. Yeah, guys. I'll catch you guys soon. The next video is just gonna be a portfolio update. Maybe I'll have something. We'll see. But yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. Take care.